Michael, not today. I'm busy. I told you I'm busy today, Michael. All right, fine. But if you're going to be here, you're going to make yourself useful. Come, come. Hurry up, Michael. Put some pep in the step. Michael, I've been wanting to plant these flowers for 15 years. For 15 years. I'm going to plant them. You're going to help. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. All right, Michael. We're done here. Now I have other things that I need to do alone. You need to go home, Michael. Michael, go home. God damn you, Michael, go home. Go home, Michael. Michael, go. He's gone. The evil's gone. Now I can get back to my business.
All right, Horror Guys, episode 3.
Yes.
It's been, what, a couple weeks since we did our very first episode.
Yeah.
And we did it about Halloween. And since then, we've been flooded with more info, more news, more pictures. So what we thought to do is throw together a quick update.
Yeah.
So episode 3 is going to be an update on everything we know and what we... how our thoughts have changed since, because it kind of changes some predictions and kind of changes some theories that are out there. So we're going to talk about all those. So hey, the good thing about this is we're safe because nobody can get enough Halloween news right now, and we can't talk about it enough. So
Exactly.
When we come back, we're going to talk about, show you some pictures, and dive into it.
Yes. Halloween 2008 update. Here it comes. We're going to jump right in.
Jump right
now, let me just say, for those of you that want to go in completely blind and not want to know anything about this movie, this is the part you may want to skip, okay? Because we're going to show you these new graphic pictures that popped up not too long ago.
They are, too. There's going to be some gore in this movie.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, one of the things, and actually one of the things I really liked about the first movie, the original 1978 Halloween, is that there, you know, John Carpenter did not need gore. He did not need shock and awe. He used suspense, which I suspect there's going to be this suspense is going to be in this.
Most definitely.
But there is going to be some gore.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some blood. This is 2018. You can't really make a horror movie, especially a slasher movie, without the blood, without
you got to update it. You have to. You guys take a look at these pictures. For those of you who don't want to see them, don't take a look at these pictures. And we're going to come back and talk right about them.
All right, so hopefully you weren't eating lunch or pizza.
That first one, the cop's in the car,
with something through his head.
And there's like some form of head or something next to him. I don't know what the hell
that is. It seems to be like there's a lot of that kind of. We saw it with the original one of the first batch pictures in the fish tank with the pumpkin.
Yeah.
It looks like Michael tried to carve a jack-o'-lantern out of somebody's skull.
Yeah.
And somebody's head. I will tell you this much. It is obvious to me that in this film, he is going to be more gruesome, more angry, and more violent than he ever has.
He's been locked up for 40 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pent-up frustration.
We are going to see a very brutal Michael Myers.
Despite the age that people keep talking about that he's 61 years old, I don't think that matters.
No, it does not matter.
You're talking about a mental man that's going to... He's out to kill you.
Exactly. And he's basically, sitting around in jail. He's not done any heavy lifting. He's not beat up his body.
Nope.
You know, he's had all this time. Who knows? He probably hits the gym. He probably lifts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What else is there to do?
Exactly.
You know, I can imagine that it's going to get pretty rough.
That Second picture, though, obviously we see there's another dead cop.
Yeah, I was worried for a second it was Will Patton, and I don't know if he's going to survive the movie as the sheriff or not.
Who knows?
But
man.
I don't want that spoiled for me, so I'm glad that it was just,
Right.
I'm glad they're not spoiling any of the big deaths because it would be easy
Let's
to
hope
do.
not. Now that last one, that guy's got a hell of a. Well, let's say his face is pretty much smashed into it. It looks to be a death.
Well, I don't think we need to speculate anymore where Michael got the teeth.
Yeah, and his coveralls.
And his coveralls, yeah. So, if you're a mechanic in Haddonfield, Illinois, you might want to wear something different to work, or at least a different color,
or not go to work,
Yeah. Once you find out that Myers is on the loose.
I'll tell you what, though, man, I wanted to do this too because we had talked about it, but we didn't have a clear shot of it because we weren't able to at the time. But now that it's out for the public, I want to talk about this mask, man.
It is. This is the Trick or Treat Studio. This is the one that you can buy.
Exact replica of the mask worn in the movie.
The thing that amazes me about this is because I even love the little detail here. And you know what that's from? That's from the original Shatner mask where they pulled the glue from where they pulled the hair away.
So much attention to detail. It's unbelievable. Like you said, it almost looks like the mask aged with him.
Yeah.
Which is cool as hell.
Well, it is. And I think that there's supposed to be a subtle recognition of his age.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this mask is I've seen a lot of movie replica masks, and granted, we don't actually have the mask, which we should do a show where we order one and actually have an unboxing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That would be
I'm
cool.
putting an order in soon, very soon.
And I'm interested, looking forward to see how, because it looks like this may be the most exact, close to movie replica that I've ever seen. The best mask prior to this was the Halloween 2 replica, because that was the closest to the Shatner. And it's a gorgeous mask. It looks exactly like the original. I mean, it really looks like it's the closest to the original movie.
I think they did a great job with this.
They really did.
Seriously, I mean, it just, like you said, man, it is an exact replica of what is worn in the new movie.
Yes. Which is basically an exact replica of the original mask, but altered.
I love the puncture wound from the knitting needle.
Yeah,
I love that.
Brilliant attention to detail.
Yes.
Really cool mask. I mean, this is the hair. I mean, the hair is exactly as it looks in the trailer.
It couldn't be any better. Seriously, it couldn't be any better.
They did a really good job of that. So, probably one of the better masks we've had in a long time.
I got to show you this too because we had talked about this, and I did read up some stuff on this, and I found out that you were correct. This is, in fact, a fake picture.
It came from, I understand, Halloween Resurgence, which is a fan film.
Yes.
Which is actually, I believe that they did a custom mask.
Yeah.
And the mask actually looks pretty good that they did for it.
It fooled me, I'm not going to lie. When you first showed it to me, I was like, oh man. And then when we
I got real excited about it because I thought...
Now, and there was the thing that says it is a screenshot from a fan film, Halloween Resurgence. And everybody was excited about that. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, we all thought that, they are going to do. And I really... The one thing that won't ruin the movie for me, but will be a disappointment to me, is if they don't go back to 1978 and show us how he's captured.
Here's something that you'll like, though. It is rumored that we are going to get some kind of flashback to Halloween 78. I don't know what.
It doesn't have to be... I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be... You don't got to show him falling off the balcony. No. Something like this would be nice, where he's crawling or laying on the ground, and they whisk him, slap cuffs on him and throw him in an ambulance. And then you could go from it. There is, though, in some of the first photos of the set, if you remember, that were released were the vehicles and the logo with the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did a scene. He got shot 6 times. So, having him in a trauma surgery...
Your Halloween 2, that was 7
times.
But we're going to let that go. Right. We're going to let that go.
So, showing him getting captured and then going straight into, some sort of trauma room. Kind of like if you remember the beginning of Zombies, Halloween 2, with Laurie going in and they're doing the surgical scene
would be,
on her.
In a sense, would be a nod to that one, pretty much.
It would be. And it would be interesting if it was Michael on the table and the surgeons and they were listening to music, sewing them up and stuff. Yes. I think that would be a really awesome scene. Who knows if we're going to get that, but I do want to see some sort of flashback.
We're going to get something from 7.
Yeah, they have to. Because here's the thing, they're taking too much care to make sure that everybody knows that this is a direct sequel to the 1978 film.
Which some people still don't understand.
Yeah.
I see it all over the internet, man. It's, well, how the hell is Laurie Strode still alive?
Yeah.
Because H2O and Resurrection don't fit in this timeline. It's done.
And something that really kills me about this is these are the same people that could buy Michael Myers being an inhuman, immortal guy that can keep come back from the dead.
Yes.
But you can't buy that. Let's say it was a direct sequel to Resurrection. Who's to say they didn't pick her up out of the bushes and save her life?
Yeah. There's always a way around something.
Exactly.
If you want to make a movie about it, you're going to find a way to do it.
Right.
You know, simple as that.
You know, the door's never closed. But yeah, that's, you know.
Yeah, the picture was awesome. I mean, when you, like I said, when you first
I got
showed it
real
to me,
excited because I knew this wasn't from '78.
No.
You know.
No.
But the mask I mean, this is a really cool shot. I mean,
It is.
It makes me kind of want to watch that film.
Yeah, actually, we do want to look that up too.
So
and we talked about, actually, you brought this one up before, and I wanted to show you this picture. I thought it was real cool when you made the comparison between Sarah Connor and Laurie Strode.
there is a definite Sarah Connor vibe going on there.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be interesting because you're looking at two different actresses, Linda Hamilton, who, by the way, a little Terminator news for you, not a horror movie, but definitely a sci-fi flick. She's coming back.
Oh, yeah?
For the new Terminator movie.
See?
And they referenced Jamie Lee Curtis coming back, too. So it's like James Cameron and John Carpenter kind of
right. They're feeding off each other
here. But it'll be interesting how she portrays
now,
that.
could you imagine, you remember in the Terminator, the first one, you know, Arnold went to the house and said, you know, Sarah Connor, and he shot her, right?
Right.
Could you imagine if Michael Myers went to various houses?
Looking for Laurie Strode?
He wouldn't speak. He would just hear breathing.
Open the
and
door.
if your name was Laurie Strode, dead.
That would be that'd be interesting if they did that.
That would be crazy, dude. Like if you compare those two.
Now,
it'd be nuts.
if you now another thing that's interesting about this, I just want to point out is the difference in characters from the original to now. If you remember, you know, obviously Laurie Strode was a timid, you know, kind of laid back in the first Halloween, and now she's morphed into this. Sarah Connor, the character that she played in the first Terminator, was very much the same way. Very kind of timid, and now
badass,
she's right. So the way the trauma changes you and everything. I think it's a really cool comparison.
People don't understand that either.
Yeah.
They don't understand, well, why would she be, we talked about this before, why would she be gun training, all this other shit?
Why wouldn't you be?
Because
he's not dead.
Not her brother, sorry, but this man is, she knows. She knows he's going to come back.
Well, from the moment she set that key, and that's what always made us, prior to the brother-sister storyline,
they feel like, I've heard people say that she became the target because of that.
Because of that. He was watching her, and that was it. That's all it took. And that's what made it so scary.
Yep.
And another thing I've seen floating around on Reddit, and by the way, if you go on Reddit, you'll see all kind of stuff. I even saw somebody said, well, they didn't shoot any scenes from the flashback scene, which isn't true from what we're hearing. But one of the things I noticed on Reddit was people saying, why would he even bother coming after her? Why is he coming after her? Because that's not the way he operates. But it is, because he's got her on his mind from the moment she set that key down on that porch.
Yep.
And he's not forgotten about her for 40 years.
Nope, that's for sure. All right, so we talked about Sarah Connor.
So you're telling me that I have not seen a lot of these. I've seen the pictures that we showed earlier.
I got a surprise for you.
Beyond this.
I have a surprise for you. Then check this out. We, in some way, shape, or form, are getting the Myers house in this new movie.
And let me tell you, that's a 1978 Myers house.
Yeah.
That's not.
So see, we're going to get some of this 78 flashback.
And that's probably a lot of where
it's
you're
filmed
seeing
on a back lot. There's the comparison of the actual house, and then you got what they're working with on this new one.
Man, there's a house in my neighborhood that just looks just like that.
Don't go there.
I won't.
Don't drop a key off in
let
that
me
place
tell you
either.
something. Nobody lives there.
Well, then that's
it looks similar to it. Wow, it's amazing. It looks exactly like the Myers house from the original.
It does. I mean, they did even for being on a back lot. That's a damn good.
Yeah. Another thing that we didn't mention too is the lighting that they're using to film these scenes. That blue hue of lighting.
Yep.
You want to talk attention to detail, because that was a huge thing that set the tone in Carpenter's original, and it seems as though they're using that exact same method, which I love. And I mean, the way they have this is really cool. I did not know that they had studio backlot scenes, which would explain why they didn't go back to the original shooting locations, because they could go back and do it right here.
Exactly. So check this out, man. I got something else you might not have seen yet. So remember how we talked, and we pretty much had the idea that we knew Nick Castle was in that scene with the window. It has been confirmed that in fact is Nick Castle.
Well, he kind of confirmed it himself when he said he posted the picture and he said, "I've been watching over you, my children."
But check this out, though. He had posted this a while back on Twitter. It's the shape, obviously, of Michael Myers in that same window. Now check this out.
No kidding.
He posted.
Now is that him though? That's what I want to know. If that's him.
That's a rumor that actually is Nick Castle.
Because he shaved his hair.
He is in the courtyard. That is a rumor that is him. He put on Twitter that that is him in the window scene, and he also says he's in more scenes, but leaves us hanging when he says, "But where?" So he's messing with us, dude. He's messing with a lot of people on this.
That's really cool. It'll be fun to watch the movie and play the Is That Nick Castle game.
Right.
You know he doesn't walk.
You can almost tell, though. Like, that scene is just too... To be the new guy, this is too perfect.
Yeah,
It can't not be.
And that's not taking anything away from, because what I've seen from James Jude Courtney,
Yeah.
that when he was talking about, I did a cat-like thing to him, I thought, man, this is going to be like all the other Myers. Not that anybody, I can't think of anybody that played a bad Myers. Really,
I think
they all did their own thing.
The only person that ever really got any kind of flack for it, and I feel it's wrong, was Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock, which I don't understand because he was close to the original.
Real quick, I wanted to show you this, and I hit the wrong spot. If you notice, you get a picture here of David Gordon Green with the Judith Myers headstone. I just wanted to point that out. So we're getting something from 78, man. We're getting something. And as we continue talking, I'll play some of these behind-the-scenes pictures that I found, and stuff like that, man. And I'll tell you, the news that's been popping out about this movie, I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait.
There's Nick Castle right there.
I think a lot of this stuff, a lot of people were getting pissed at James Jude Courtney because he was forever saying that Nick Castle only has 22 seconds of screen time. And he was like they felt like he was
downplaying his.
Yes.
I
think Nick Castle's going to be in this a lot more than me. That is a picture.
That is, what's his name?
That is Danny McBride wearing Michael Myers with a goatee, so it was to fit his look.
That is
and then you got a picture of James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle, which goes away. But what if they play checkers on that, man?
I was thinking that's kind of a weird pattern. Here's what I'm also loving. John Carpenter did not just come and hang out on set for a couple hours.
No.
He was there, obviously, because he seems to be in so many pictures. He was obviously through the whole thing, which is a huge deal for us because he picked up right away. He dove right into this. He wanted to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I referenced earlier, the floating around.
And again, I have to give credit to the guys on Instagram, Michael Myers and Halloween H40. These guys have posted some awesome pictures. Give them credit.
I gotta follow those
guys
too because you can't find these pictures.
No, man, they put up some. This was funny. This was on the last day of shooting. They put that on the crew truck. But dude, we're gonna get. I'm telling you, just that alone shows us we're gonna get something from 78.
Yeah, there's gonna be something, and like I said, it does not have to be. You could even see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a thing where you see Laurie having flashbacks herself throughout the movie of 1978.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Actually, that would be very cool.
Absolutely.
So many different things they could do. It would be downright foolish for them not to use something to go back to 1978.
Yes.
And these guys strike me as too smart not to. They're doing everything else perfectly.
Yeah.
So
everything, man. I'll tell you what, though, we touched on quite a bit of stuff. This is not going to be like our normal, really long-winded show because we're just doing a quick update. We're going to come back and we got some interviews, some stuff we heard from Jamie Lee Curtis, some stuff from Danny McBride, some stuff from Jason Blum, and we're going to have our final thoughts on stuff too.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
So this is interesting. Now I had heard that this may not have been a real page of the script, but reading through it, it looks like it could be.
Right.
Possible spoilers.
So if
we're gonna read. I'll read. Do you want to read Laurie's parts or Karen's part? Karen being her daughter.
Doesn't matter.
I'll read Laurie's part. So it's just a page of the script. You can't really read the whole thing, but I assume this happens. If this is actually part of the script, I assume this happens when they're in the kitchen and she says Michael's escaped.
Yeah. When the bus crashes.
When the bus crashes.
Yeah.
And this is actually interesting. I'll tell you what I'm thinking of here in a second. But Laurie says he's out. I knew this would happen. Dr. Loomis tried to convince them before he ... And then Karen sighs, growing up with us her whole life. Okay, so obviously Karen's at this point like, I'm tired of hearing this crap.
So she doesn't want to hear it anymore. Let's see. Laurie, you have to get past this. You push me away because of it, and you're going to push Allie away too. So obviously she's been pushing her daughter away with all this, and her granddaughter now too.
Laurie says, I am not having this discussion with you right now, Karen. I told you, the bus crashed. There's only one place he's heading, and I'm not going to sit around and wait with my thumb up my ass while he kills again. And then Karen sighs. Laurie scrambles together some weapons, a bolt-action rifle, and a 9-inch knife.
So Karen's a sire, huh? She
sighs a lot. Jesus, Mom.
what are you doing with that stuff?
And she says, "It's Mom now, is it?"
Well, yeah, she did call her Lori the first time. God, you need help. You're not well.
And then it's hard to...
Yeah, it kind of cuts off.
Yeah, it kind of cuts off. Not well? No, I'm thinking clear. I've never been more straight-minded than tonight. This could very well be legit.
Yeah,
and here's the thing. If it's not, somebody really thought this through.
Yeah. They faked the hell out of it if they did. Like, they put some time into it.
Yeah. And that also clarifies a little bit why Lori is in the mindset that she's in.
Yeah.
Because after Halloween 1978, as of now, with all the sequels gone, we don't know what Loomis has been up to. We don't know what happened to Lori. It seems to me as though they stayed close.
Yeah.
And as much as he knew about Michael, he's the one that conditioned her for, he's coming back.
Yep.
He's going to come back and he's going to come after you. I can imagine Loomis trying to warn her and basically turning her into this.
Well, I mean, there's the pictures, too, that
Yeah.
the mystery British man has. And there's a picture of Loomis and a court drawing.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, obviously, there's been all this. There had to be a trial, I'm
yeah,
sure.
there was a trial. Yeah, absolutely.
They could even flash back to that. It would be kind of hard with the Loomis thing, but I'm sure they can find a way to do it if they really want
You
to.
know, they could probably do a voiceover thing.
Yeah.
And they could probably take from, the scene we talked about earlier about the scenes they did for the TV, the movies where he's at the hearing and stuff like that. It'd be tough to do.
Yeah.
But you know what? You have all these actors that can play these roles and stuff. You can do a
Absolutely.
quick flash where you can't really tell that it's not Donald Pleasance.
Exactly. And if done right, they can pull it
They
off.
can pull it off.
All right, so there's a couple things. I'm going to let this play here in the background. Got an interview with Jason Blum.
By the way, he's one of the coolest dudes in Hollywood, in my opinion.
Man, I'll tell you.
Some of the stuff that he's done.
So I took some notes. He wanted to make Halloween for a long time. He approached the rights holders, who finally agreed to let him go with it. But he said he didn't want to move forward without John Carpenter. They said that they tried, but Carpenter was not interested. Blum asked if they let him, give it a try, if he can reach John Carpenter. He had a meeting with Carpenter, who was skeptical at first. So were we about the whole movie.
Yeah, we all were. Yeah.
He said what got John to really do it was telling him that they were going to do the movie without both of them. So why don't we move on together, because I won't do it without you, and see if we can make it good.
And that's kind of what Carpenter said to begin with.
Yeah.
I figured, why, instead of sit on the sidelines bitching about the movies all the time, why don't I just throw my hat in the ring and get involved?
Right.
And it sounds like maybe Jason Blum was the one that kind of put him in
Right.
that mindset.
And he had said to him, he said, or we can just throw our hands up and let them do it. And
who knows what will come out.
exactly.
What we'll get.
He said he thinks that's what really landed with him. And shortly after that meeting, he agreed to do it.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, that's cool, man. To have Carpenter on board.
Yeah. It changes
Doing-
things. It's a
yeah.
game changer.
Yeah,
This
it
is,
really is.
because this is his creation,
This is his baby
So,
for sure.
if we really want to go back to the roots of this thing, and nobody better than Blumhouse. They have done. You look at the movies that they've done. Everything they've done has been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So
Now, in this interview, they got a very short little insert from Danny McBride, and he said their first instinct was no, nobody should make any more of those. And then I think we kind of were like, if anybody's going to do it or is going to make more, we love this franchise, so let's come up with something that we'd want to see. So I think, and I hope, we'll be making this movie on behalf of what fans want to see. Which, look at some of the stuff we've already put out, man. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
They're not, as much as people complain about the fact that it does take place after the first Halloween, and it takes out every other
to me,
sequel
that's a
after
huge selling point, though.
it is, though, and that's the thing.
Not that I don't like the other movies, but
I do too.
They're over like the Thorn storyline. Where else do you go with it?
Yeah.
After
Exactly.
the Curse of Michael Myers, where do you go with that?
Yes.
Resurrection. As much as it was a fun horror slasher movie, it made no sense at all.
The first 15 minutes of it told the story of
Right.
what it needed to, and after that,
Yeah.
it was
The movie was over after
Yeah.
Lori died,
Yeah.
and then the
that's
rest of
the
it
thing.
was just
They're not skipping. We talked about this before, not to overlap everything else, but they're not skipping on the Easter eggs and everything else that they put in for the hardcore Halloween fans on every other movie. So don't complain.
By the way, remember the redhead Donna from Halloween Resurrection? Yes. She got killed. She was recently kidnapped for several days. There was a story that came out. I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's kind of off the wall, but
no, that is
thank God she's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But she was held without like food and water for several days, I guess. I don't know what the deal was there, but yeah, pretty weird stuff. But now, back to the
this
movie.
one here, obviously, this is an interview with Jamie Lee Curtis, and some pretty cool. I took some notes on this one too because that's kind of what I do. You know, it's the thing. She came back because of the way they're telling the story, and this is her quote from the opening shot of this new movie, the opening frame. You will go, oh, I get it. Like, you know, right away. It's 40 years later, but we're telling the same story.
Interesting.
So that's what I feel like we are going to get that 78 reference.
I was just going to say there has to be something.
She also says that Lori knows Michael is going to escape. She has spent 40 years trying to tell people that Michael was going to escape, and nobody would believe her. So she is very clear, and she's the new Loomis. So she confirmed exactly what we had thought in our first episode.
Yeah.
She's the new Donald Pleasance because he knew what Michael was capable of, and Laurie Strode knows what he's capable of when nobody else does. Dude, so that confirmed exactly what we had thought. You know, we talked about.
I just want to know: is she really done after this? Are you convinced that she's done? She said it before.
You know, man.
She said it after. She said it after. She said it after the original Halloween. She didn't want to do it anymore. She said it after Halloween 2. That was it. They even tried to get her back.
Yeah. Well, you know what was funny?
She said it after H2O, and then she said it after Resurrection.
I had read a thing where she was talking about how, like, Carpenter was surprised that after the first Halloween, she wasn't doing much work after that.
Right.
She was on Love Boat with her mom. I think she was on an episode of Charlie's Angels. And then she said that Carpenter specifically wrote a role for her in The Fog, which, again, she was in a movie with her mom, you know? So it was weird that, like, but then she picked up on all these other horror movies in the 80s. She did Prom Night, she did Terror Train. Yeah. You know,
so she was concerned about being typecast, which is fair.
And you know what, though? I think every big actor, and we talked about this before, too, starts out in horror movies.
A lot of them do.
Everybody
Johnny
starts out in
Depp
horror.
did it.
Yeah,
I mean, I could probably give you a list. But now, like, bigger actors are kind of gravitating towards horror because, look at it's such an easy way to make money.
It's the truth, man.
You know, so I don't know that I buy that she's totally done. And I don't they said that they had 2 movies written, and I almost wonder if she would be in the next one.
You know, it's a tough one to say until we see this one.
Yeah, it really is.
So she went on to say that Laurie's been traumatized, and she understands Michael Myers in a way that nobody else does. She, in a weird way, she has become the new Loomis, which, again, she confirms that. This is 2 different interviews. She's become the new Loomis character because Loomis understood that he needed to be stopped because he was pure evil. And you see, Laurie knows that, and nobody else is paying attention, but Laurie is patrolling the streets. So she's out there trying to tell these people, warn them that he's coming, just like Dr. Loomis was, and they all looked at him like he was an idiot too. You know, this guy's not going to...
He's 60 years old. I'm sure we're going to get it. He's 60 years old. What do you think he's going to do?
Exactly.
Which they should. They
did it at H2O,
yeah.
remember? The guy was
Which was funny because he was like, what, in his 40s?
Yeah.
Michael would have been in his 40s, and he said he'd be younger than I was.
Exactly.
I think it's funny that people were saying about Michael being in his 40s. How old is The Undertaker?
Right. And he keeps coming back, so yeah. And there's a funny story for you, too. I don't know if you knew this, but Jake Gyllenhaal was the one who contacted Jamie Lee Curtis, tracking her down while she was on vacation and putting her in touch with David Gordon Green.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I guess they're like super close.
Yeah.
And after reading the script, she was ready to be a part of it. And that alone tells you that the script had to be good because she pulled no punches, letting people know how she felt about past installments.
Well, it's definitely going to do good for her character. Yeah. Because she, for as much as she's not a fan of horror movies, she doesn't really like being in Halloween movies. No. She said it herself.
Not at all.
She loves the character.
Yeah.
She wants them to do right by her character.
Absolutely.
So you're going to see Laurie, whatever her story, however her story ends, it's going to end well for her.
Yeah.
And that's
and again, man, like I said, and it's the truth. She has never pulled punches about telling you how she feels.
No.
She'll let you know flat out she hated Resurrection.
Yeah.
She hated it, but she was contractually obligated to go back and do it.
Yeah.
But she hated it.
Yeah.
Just like John Carpenter hated Halloween too.
Yeah.
You know, so she's
and
not
that's
gonna
what's
tell
cool
you.
because these guys, both of them, Carpenter has no reason to lie.
No.
Carpenter does not want to do movies. He's made it clear. He wants to do whatever it is he's doing, play video games, smoke pot, and make music. I don't know what he's doing these days.
Which, speaking of him making music, you know, he did start on the score, I think it was like about 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
that did come out.
So
That he
I
was,
don't know how you feel, man. I can't wait. Because I'm hoping that he keeps a lot of the same stuff from the original.
And I think he will.
Oh.
I mean, if the score for the trailer was the original music, so
Yeah.
the original music's going to be in there. It's
Yes.
going to be updated a little bit.
Right, right.
You know, probably modernized. There'll probably be some newer kind of sound effect stuff that he does. But I mean,
Most definitely.
you wouldn't want anybody else doing it.
No, not at all. Nobody can do it like him.
No.
Nobody. Last bit of news that I wanted to touch on before we get into our, thoughts and everything else is that Jamie Lee Curtis and crew are headed to San Diego Comic-Con later this month.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that we're going to get some new news,
I'm sure we'll
maybe
get
a new
something.
trailer, some more images.
They may show new. Well, see, the thing was is they did not want to release this trailer until after Comic-Con.
Yeah, they didn't want to release the mask image.
Which, by the way, it's on the new Purge movie.
Oh,
I
is
just
it?
saw the new Purge movie.
Okay.
And there's a nice little Easter egg in the movie.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Jay told me about that.
So when you go see the Purge movie, keep your eyes open at the beginning points. I will not tell you. It's nothing huge, but it's
you
pretty
can tell
cool.
me after we're done.
I'll tell you after
Yeah,
we're done.
I want to know.
I don't want to ruin it for anybody else. By the way, it was Purge. The Purge movie was like
Yeah.
it does. It's what you expect from a Purge movie.
Right. They're decent.
I really like it.
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
Uh,
But so like those movies are kind of like The Warriors meets horror in a way.
yeah,
But,
pretty much. Yeah.
but jumping back here, there's also rumored test screening on Monday in New York.
Okay.
Who knows if that'll be true? But usually when these rumors pop up, they end up being
Now,
true.
will that be a test screening with the new ending shot? Because they
It
went
must
back
be.
and-
It must be. They went back and they shot.
Okay.
They reshot the ending, which will be interesting to see how different.
Now, here's my question though: if the test screening gets a shitty review from this ending, do they go back and reshoot another one, or do you just leave it as is? Because people are going to complain. You're going to have the groups of people that are going to say, "Oh, I love that ending. They should." Now, when the movie comes out, let me just go back. When the movie comes out on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, and give you both endings. You're going to watch the movie ending and say, all right, I dug that. But then you're going to watch the extra ending and say, oh, man, they should have used that one. People are going to complain regardless.
You're going to get that. Here's what I will say. From what I heard, people loved the movie,
Yeah, but they didn't like
but
the
were
ending.
down on the ending. I think there was one reviewer that pooped all over the movie. But I mean, out of 30 or 40 people, these are random people.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like my understanding to get invited to one of these test screenings, you just got to kind of be at the right place at the right time because they do it totally random.
And some of them aren't even Halloween fans.
No, they're just random people.
So,
Hey, a lot of
you know,
times they don't even tell you what movie you're going to see. Hey,
Right.
will you come in,
But
watch
they-
this movie,
no,
and
no.
fill out a survey?
They're going to see Uncle Orange. Remember?
That's what they call it, Uncle Orange. Yeah.
That's what they're going to see.
So these people thought they were going to see a movie about Donald Trump and ended up seeing Halloween.
Oh, man. Go home, Donald.
Go home,
I
Donald.
wish he would, though.
Yeah, we
seriously.
all do.
Yeah.
Some people watch it. We just lost about 15 viewers.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we don't discuss that kind of stuff here. Yeah, no.
But so I mean, I don't know. You can't go back and shoot another ending now. I mean, what you
I
have is
don't-
what you get. I highly doubt you can do another ending.
Like I
You
said-
could probably cut and paste and mix the two endings together.
And that's something you could do, yeah.
You know, so
You could use
I'm
parts of
sure
both.
that they probably, when they went back and did reshoots, there's probably an unlimited number of footage that they could probably use.
Oh, yeah.
They could do what they did in Halloween 4 and bring back some random guy that played Michael for certain shots if they need to.
I do know that James D. Courtney was on set for those.
Oh, for the
reshoots.
final, okay,
Even
so-
for the reshoots that they went back and did it like the high school and stuff.
Something tells
He was
me,
there for that too.
as far as the ending, it had something to do with either Lori dying or Michael dying or how it happened.
I
People,
still.
the thing is people want a definitive ending even if they don't want the movies to end.
Yeah,
So that's
see,
a
here's
tough
the-
thing to fill. That's a really tough demand to fill.
I feel like if they kill each other, man, that's like your. And obviously, if you have a sequel in mind, you're going to have a way to bring him back regardless.
Well, you could always go.
You know?
Here's the thing. Enjoy Michael Myers being human again while you can, because
Right.
it's inevitable that even if Blumhouse doesn't do it, somebody somewhere down the line is going to get their hands on this franchise, and he's going to become
Yes.
immortal again.
This is going to do good in the box office. If they don't do a sequel, you give it 5 years, someone's going to make another Michael Myers movie, and allow it to take off of Resurrection and pick that story up again.
That could happen, which I would be fine with too.
Yeah, we never got that.
We never got the ending.
Yeah.
You could go back and try to redo an H2O thing where
Yeah.
Halloween 1 and 2 is back in continuity, or
Very
you
true.
could go. They could go back and pick up on the zombie remakes and go off of that again. I mean, it's really that's the thing about it. There's really not limit. I want to see this play out though. I want to see there's Sarah Connor right there.
She is.
I want to see this play out.
Yeah.
I want their story, whatever Blumhouse, whatever Danny Green, or Danny McBride and David Gordon Green have in mind. I want to see everything. And if that's one movie, and it sounds like it's two movies, I want to see it. And then we'll see where the franchise goes after that. It's not going away.
Like you said, if they don't do it, someone else will. And be prepared because the timeline will jump yet again. It's not going to stay continuous.
No, they can.
That's what the Halloween series does.
Yeah, and we've already established that because at this point it doesn't matter. The timeline's so jacked up, you might as well just keep doing whatever you think is going to be good. And that actually can be an advantage to filmmakers because there's really now no limit to where Halloween can go.
No, that's the truth. No, there's not.
As long as it don't go in space. There were rumors around a while back.
Jason went in space, Leprechaun went in space. Didn't work out too well for them.
No, we were gonna. I heard that.
Michael Myers on Earth.
I heard they were gonna do. One of the ideas was after the second remake, the second zombie remake, they were gonna do another Halloween, but this time Laurie Strode was going to be Michael Myers. You didn't hear that?
Yeah, because when they showed her at the very end, the white horse and all that, so it was the sex and her going crazy.
And that would have been terrible. There's no
I-
more
I-
Myers-less Halloween movies.
I
know you
enjoy-
like Halloween 3.
I do, but I enjoy Halloween 3 as a movie by itself.
It's kind of a cheesy movie.
It is called Halloween 3,
Yeah.
but it's not Halloween.
It's not Halloween.
No,
3.
but I do enjoy it. It took me years. I may tell that story one day. We'll see because we'll see.
In my view of that movie, we could have included it in our cheesy picks.
Oh, we could. Absolutely could.
And actually, looking at it from that perspective, it's not bad.
No, it's not.
But
it's
you
got
cannot,
unique
following
story.
up Halloween and Halloween 2, it's just.
But we're actually going to do a series soon, an episode where it's just on the series of Halloween.
Yeah, so
that one's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that.
Probably several weeks worth of videos
Yeah.
posted on that.
All right, man. As always, it's been fun talking Halloween. This is our thing, so we could go probably for another 4 hours if we had to.
Let us know if we forgot anything, because I'm sure we did.
And stuff's going to come out in between now and when the movie comes out. We may do another update. You never know.
We probably will. We're not done with this.
No, this is our thing, man.
There's going to be a lot of Halloween news. And listen, everybody's throwing out their Halloween news, so we'll try to keep it as practical as possible. But,
hey, man, listen, though, we got 3 more months until this movie comes out.
It's going to go by fast, I think.
That's hard on a Halloween fan, though, man. I know it's hard for me. I know it's hard on you.
That's true.
But
I can't.
Did you ever think, though, honestly, did you ever think how hard it is for Michael Myers?
How's that? Well, he's been waiting 40 years.
What is he, hypothetically speaking, what does Michael Myers do between, I don't know, October 31st and the year until October 31st again? Like, what does he do?
It's funny that you should ask that.
Why is that?
Because we found some footage.
We found footage?
Let's play you out with this found footage of Michael Myers on his days off.
We got footage of what he
We
does?
got footage of what Michael does on his days off.
You gotta be kidding me.
Check it out.
I'll tell you what then. We will see you guys on the next episode of Horror Guys. But for now, we're gonna leave you with footage of Michael Myers.
Footage of Michael Myers on his days off. I think you're gonna like it.
You guys enjoy this,
Check it
and we'll
out.
see you on the next episode.